review tools, if you like,
Okay.
along the lines of Trustpilot. I think Trustpilot, if I can speak. I think Vivo's one as well. Now, from my personal point of view, I like them, and when I'm going to websites, it's a tool to indicate to me a general performance of that website, of their products, of their service. Am I right in saying you're less enthused?
I'm sceptical.
Sceptical.
So my skepticism comes from that if I'm buying a product from Amazon, so I will always look at the reviews, because my theory is I receive a product, it's got some fundamental issue, and I then look at the reviews, and the top review says, do not buy this product because this is wrong with it, and I've not looked at that review, I've stupidly ordered this product, now I've got a product that's not fit for purpose because I was too lazy to check the top review, which would have told me. So from a product on Amazon perspective, I'll always look for those ratings, especially the stars, and even things like I bought some trainers yesterday, and I was looking for the stars on those, because alright, you can send them straight back online, but it's annoying, it's irritating. So I'd rather order something where I can see that someone has rated it highly. So that's personal products, I suppose. I also see the value in tradesmen. So I know I'm getting my patio laid, I know I need an outside tap fitting, I need some electric work done. Because there are cowboys in those industries, and I always try and find traders, ideally from asking someone else who's worked with them for a recommendation. I don't like yellow paging traders, for example. Because you just hear so many kind of.
Yellow pages, the thing.
I'm using it as a verb, I suppose.
Okay, that's just
the concept of just looking someone up.
You see that big slab delivered. I imagine now it's probably about that. That big. But anyway, sorry, I've interrupted your flow.
So I would prefer to do it that way. But I just think for a company like ours, I just don't see how it fits. It's not a personal product purchase, so the risks of it are not the same. It's not a tradesman working on your house where there's a lot of kind of risk involved there. And I'm not saying there's no risk involved with working with an electronic design company or someone supplying industrial panel PCs, but it just doesn't feel like the same thing. And my other worry, and you see this on Amazon reviews, of course you do. You can spot dodgy Amazon reviews a mile off, can't you? Because they're so congratulatory. They're just painful.
But also Amazon as well. Say you're buying a television, the reviews, it's on the entire range, isn't it? It's not just the size. So you have to read into them to actually see what they're reviewing. As well.
What was the one I was seeing the other day? It was a review. I was looking at a product, but the review I was reading was actually for a handle for the product that you can buy separately, which is a bit odd. But I suppose I just struggle to see, with a professional services company, I suppose, like ourselves, where that would come in. And I think my concern would be as well, where you've got someone buying products from Amazon, or you've got someone using an electrician. Electrician probably services 5-10 customers a day. Someone buys hundreds of products from Amazon, maybe thousands. We tend to have a smaller number, but a lot closer relationship kind of customers. So I suppose my worry would be, do we introduce this system and suddenly it's showing, all right, we've got 5 out of 5, but out of 5 reviews, and does that make us look, I don't know, almost...
Well, yeah, I mean, when anyone starts this...
Insignificant,
when anyone starts this, if you see a review which is, 5 out of 5 by 2 people...
It just looks dodgy, doesn't it?
Most of them work for the company. But from the point of view is, if your company, whether we're talking about us or anybody else, if you believe in what you're doing and the feedback you've had from customers is very positive.
And we know it is. I mean, we have our NPS system that's kind of behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, we know it is. Having that, I suppose, having one of those on the website is almost like a stamp of approval. So if someone's looking for something, whether it's an off-the-shelf product, whether it's electronic design, and they're looking at, 5 websites, and say we or a company is the only one to have this review app, whatever you want to call it, widget on there, would you take that into your consideration?
I think it's hard to say. The other point I just thought about as well in terms of how our company is, so we've got the two halves of the business clearly, where we're designing electronic products for companies, so perhaps that starts in September, and by, July the next year it's all approved, perhaps it's in production. On the off-the-shelf side of the business, we're supplying a panel PC. Perhaps they order it in September, it arrives in October, they deploy it. Our value as a business in terms of what we're designing, what we're producing, is long-term reliability.
Yeah.
Okay. So
from a product point of view?
Well, I mean, from a service point of view, yes, the engineers did their job correctly. They were communicative. They were friendly people. I suppose, yes, you could evaluate that in the short term.
Yeah.
But in terms of what DSL is actually about is 24/7 reliable products that last for years, decades.
Yeah.
So I suppose my question to you is, how can someone give that a review without having to wait 10 years to go, oh yeah, that stuff DSL designed, it's fantastic. We haven't had any issues with it. We haven't had any returns. It's 10 years later. It's all still working. That's the review we want, isn't it? A review with someone after a week when they've received their panel PC and it looks all right. I don't know. I worry that's less valuable.
I would agree with you. It's less valuable, and in order to, I think the reviews on the product, the off the shelf side of things. I mean, we have those verbally from customers we know that have been using them for. A number of years, put fit and forget, so to speak. But I also think the value is, I'm more thinking from a service point of view. Okay. I mean, I overheard you the other day when you were on the phone to an unnamed company trying to change a direct debit.
Oh God!
There you go. A direct debit date, and you went through about 4 people.
Yeah. I had to submit my security questions every single time.
Security questions every single time. And we've talked about the component crisis and things changing quite quickly, whether it's delivery, availability. For me, actually, if I am a consumer, I'm looking at the service side of things, because I don't want to be like you, having to sit there for half an hour speaking to 4 different people, 4 different security questions in order to change a date.
Yeah.
Which
it didn't help. I forgot my telephone password.
Well,
apparently, it's a criminal offence.
You didn't have to say
criminal
that.
offence. This.
You didn't have to say that because now nobody has sympathy for you. But I think those sides. So you could use those as a tool to measure the service. And again, speaking from a shameful plug point of view, I would say the service we provide in terms of communication, letting people know what's going on, is very good. So why would you not want to advertise that fact? Because if new customers are looking for people to provide PCs or design something for them, they would want to. I suppose they would want to know that they're dealing with somebody who knows what they're doing.
I suppose I have 2 things I'd like to explore on this.
Okay.
So the first one I'd like to explore is why testimonials. We I'm not sure if they're still on our website, but we have these sentences from customers. Oh no, DSL were fantastic. They helped us out of the hole, whatever. I'd also like to explore how reliable do people perceive these kind of Trustpilot things are? Because like I say, you've got these Amazon reviews. You're like, this is the best product ever, and you're like, it's a rolling pin. It's literally a rolling pin. How do you validate that it isn't just a long list of ex-employees who a company has bunged a few quid? Do you know what I mean? How do you validate that that's
they're
good
questions
data? Which would you like to do first?
So in terms of the testimonials you mentioned, right? For me, if I'm honest, unless I know who the person is, they generally don't mean a lot to me. Okay.
Why is that?
Because I don't know this person.
Yeah. So they equally, like the fake Amazon review, could have been put up to it.
Yeah, it could have been put up to it, or even if it weren't, it's like, well, I don't know who Bob Smith is, or it's just a sense.
Yeah, if you've got 200 customers, 100 customers, you must be able to find someone that says something good about you. They can't all say something bad about you. Is that the angle?
But it's like when if people are releasing. If say a celebrity's releasing a book and they have a foreword in there, they don't have a foreword from their mum or their sister, because nobody knows who they are, and nobody cares that the sister or his best friend gives a foreword. It's always some kind of celebrity
authority
name, an authority, not necessarily an authority on the subject, but someone think, there's a perception point of view. And I think if, for example, you were to ask me and you said, Tom, what Indian should I go to? And of course I would say Dime Bangla. Visit them in Baldock if you're in town. I would say Dime Bangla, and you go, okay, Tom likes his curries, I trust his judgment. Okay,
no,
we're not
a leap, Tom.
We're not going to mention the Pasanda either, but you trust his judgment, and that means more to you. What I believe something like Trustpilot, Vivo, whatever, what they can do is that is a brand that people to a degree would trust. More so than Bob Smith.
And is it the element that Bob Smith has been carefully selected?
You could say that, and I think with Trustpilot there's no control, is there? That's the other thing. If you have a company that's willing to put that up there, of course you could get a bad review, but you're willing to it because you have confidence in what you're doing, and everybody is performing in a certain way that actually this company have gone, yeah, do you know what? We're happy to expose ourselves because we're confident in what we're doing.
So do you get the chance to respond to these bad reviews? I mean, I remember this particular example from it was a restaurant where this woman had commented, worst restaurant ever, terrible service.
But you see them, didn't they?
And then the manager had commented almost going, there was a party of 20 of you, you smashed 18 glasses, someone threw up in the corner, your kids smashed a load of glasses. And then they were able to kind of rebuke that. I mean, hopefully there's no smashing glasses going on around here.
No,
is that a thing? Is it? Do you get to engage with these reviewers, or is it just a review and that's it?
I don't know.
Do I like to get engaged with good reviews?
Well, exactly, but the engagement of the reviews, and again, I don't know 100%, but I would want that on there. So as long as these companies don't reply in a pathetic, childish way, which I've also seen, I think that the right to reply should be built into these things. Now, I don't know. I've seen it on certain reviews, like TripAdvisor, for example. I've seen it on there.
I think that's where this one was. I was
I've seen it on there. And again, if you take TripAdvisor, it's the TripAdvisor brand that gets people to use them. If you just had a review from, again, I don't know, Tony Thompson, whatever, no one cares. It's the brand. It's TripAdvisor. It's a brand, and it's the same with Trustpilot, Revo. It's that brand, and I mean that's my view, that it enhances the company, and also from an SEO point of view, I think there's something like trust scores. If you've got something on there, that will also benefit the site that's happening on it. I don't know if any of those listeners out there, without sounding cheesy, are using these and have any insight onto how they perform, are they worth it, or anyone from these companies themselves who want to would have you on to talk through them. It would be interesting to get some definitive answers to what we've been talking about.
Yeah, and perhaps as well we should consider for future topics having a special guest.
Absolutely.
Remotely, maybe at first.
Remotely at first, but I mean we're gonna be talking about industry specific, but I think this topic is something that can resonate with all different industries. And people up and down the country are probably having the same conversations. So it would be good to come to some kind of conclusion that people can maybe listen to and make their own decisions based on more of a definitive answer, as opposed to me and you agreeing, disagreeing, however you want to put it.
I prefer when we disagree, actually. I think it makes some more interesting conversation.
Better for viewers as well. So I'm sure that will happen over the course of the next few episodes.